An insecurity came up, so I began having a conversation with my higher self. And my higher self gave me the best gem that I ever received from her ever in my life. And that was, sometimes in lifetimes, throughout your soul's entire, reincarnations, you have had the same or a similar, I don't want to say the same, but possibly a very similar story to one of your previous lifetimes. A very similar storyline, a very similar lifetime to one of your previous lifetimes. But if God gave us the same lifetime for every time we reincarnated, would we really be evolving? And the reason why my higher self told me this is because my insecurity was saying, in this timeline, in this lifetime, I experience these bulk of negative experiences from outside of myself, And I know that those experiences are a part of what I'm meant to go through in this lifetime, but they make me feel like a bad person. They make me feel like an unworthy, ungreat person. And just remembering that it's a storyline in this particular lifetime and not your soul itself or a direct reflection of how beautiful it is, that makes all the difference. Now, don't get me wrong, sometimes we have to clean things up. We have to, purify things and consecrate things and, unfog the dirtiness within ourselves. So, yes, we all innately have ugliness within us. But you shouldn't use your timeline itself, or not so, I don't want to say your timeline, because timelines change within lifetimes, but more so your life path itself and how it is destined to be, right? As a direct, affirmation of your greatness or lack thereof. And yes, I say of your greatness as well, because there are some people who, grow up in wealth and have it, have easier chances with becoming successful and with getting opportunities. Now, should they take that life path as a direct reflection of them not needing to do work and them being above everyone else? Hell no. And should they take it as them not being shit or them, not being great and not being a worthy soul? They shouldn't take it as that either. It should be a very balanced perspective, right? Same for people who grow up in poverty. So that is the message that I want to share with you all today. It was just so beautiful. I was like, wow, like there's somebody else that needs to hear this. Like, remember that your life path and the experiences on your life path are not a direct reflection of how great you are, how much of a beautiful soul you are, and how worthy you are. As a chosen one, a lot of us chosen ones have very harsh paths. We get rejected because of, our position in the universe. We get treated ugly even when we show up as our best selves, And so instead of letting those experiences paint a picture for you of who you are and who your soul is or how beautiful your soul is, paint that picture yourself and, ask God to show you who you are in God's eyes, because your experiences can't really tell you that. Again, for good or bad experiences, for good or bad people. So that is all I wanted to say. I hope you all enjoyed today's message. And yeah, peace.
Was doing a performance with a well-known rapper, and I had to open up. It was my turn to get on the stage, and I got on stage. I did my thing. When I came down, a voice began to speak to me and said, I need you to go to the back. And I didn't understand why I was hearing this voice, but I went to the back of the club that we was in when we was performing. I sat there and it said, watch. I started to look, and this rapper started rapping and doing what he do, but my eyes opened to the spirit realm where I saw these shadows. It was like dark shadows coming out of his mouth through every word that he was doing, saying, and go into the people. And I started to see how people started changing. Like, they started getting more violent. The girls started getting more seductive and all of this. And next thing you know, gunshots just started to happen in the club. I run out and I'm just bawling and crying. I'm like, this is what you wanted me to see. And so the Lord said, the same spirits that torment you while you're making your music will torment others. That was the turning point.
Domestic abuse, assault, child abuse, absent father, broken households, me wearing a dress for some reason. Hold on, I'm kind of cooking. Let's think. Me wearing a dress again, more domestic assault. More